The reason why we have the 1/4 inch spacing here is for two things. One, we want to be able to feel without looking, with our eyes closed, what's happening. And the other thing is we've calculated the amount of twine to make a rosary with this spacing. You'll find you have a little bit of give, but really we want them kind of close. So now it's time to join the ends. We're going to be making this knot here, which is our father knot. So an our father knot has 4 strands wrapped instead of 3. Okay, so I'm going to line these two guys up and hold it in my left hand just the same. I'm going to make that X. See, that gives me 2 strands. So to get 4, I just need to wrap one more time. Now I have 4. And I want to make sure they're not crossed over anywhere. Slide it off carefully. And I have to put each of the strands through. So while I'm tightening this, I want it to be a little bit further away, about 3/4 inches between these knots, so I can tell something's different without looking at it. Okay, and I want these to be evenly spaced. Okay, now to get this knot truly tight, I have to pull on each individual strand. Now this one came out looking pretty good. This knot will not always look as smooth as some of your other ones. Okay, so now this little guy's all done. His work is finished. And now we need to add our 3 Hail Marys. So we need the 3/4 inch spacing and then put one of our regular barrels with the 3 wraps. X, 2, 3. And I wanted to land this 3/4 inches from that Our Father. Very good. Now I need 2 more, and I need them to have that 1/4 inch spacing. Looks good. Okay, looks about right. All right, I'm now ready to do my Our Father knot. So we're going to make sure it's a quad and it lands 3/4 inches from the last one. So quad has 4 wraps instead of the 3. Making sure those loops stay in their place. Okay. My next quad is actually going to be the top of the cross. So I can make that about just 1/4 inch away. Now we really want our crosses to come out professional. It's an important part of the rosary and we want to make it nice. We don't add on a metal cross because we want these to be MRI safe. Okay, so now I need to add in the bar of the cross. And we actually have a separate video for you if you want to be able to go over this a couple of times. There's 2 methods. We have a handheld method and a tabletop method. I'm going to show you the tabletop method for this. And again, we have a couple extra videos to help you out. So I'm going to lie down that piece of 24-inch twine on the table. Then I'm going to place the main body of my rosary on top. I'm going to put my finger on the middle and make sure my ends are about the same length. Okay, now I'm ready to begin. Finger on the middle, I'm going to take the part on the left, bring it up and over to the right. Part on the right, down and under to the left. And the letter we're going to see here is the letter S. Finger back on the middle. This piece is done, so I'm going to move them out of the way. Now with my left piece, I need to make a script C. Okay, it's going to go under the main piece, over and under. And then you've got that script C with the curly Q. Keeping my finger on the middle, I'm now going to tighten my strands. Now I can see I have this correct if I have my figure 8 there. Can you see the figure 8? Okay, that's how I know I have this correct. Okay, I need to check my strands to see if they're even still. They're pretty good. I do want them to be even because I have to make a quad with each of them. Now I'm going to tighten it up and move it up to the top. Now I can see I have an X on one side and I have an equals on the other side. Another way to see that you've got it right. Alright, so now I need to do another quad. In order to make this a really nice stiff cross, this quad has to go very tightly against that figure 8. Really important to make your best knots on your cross. No crossovers at all. Now because this knot is going to be jammed up against this other knot, I can't yank it both directions. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pinch this knot, and that's going to allow me to get extra twine out of it. Okay, so there's one quad on the bottom and then a second one, and that makes the whole bottom of the cross. Now some people say, why don't you just do one with 7 or 8 wraps? Problem is, it's very hard to get all the twine out of there. But if you can do it, go for it. Okay, give them a good yank. Pinch that knot to get anything loose out. Yank again. Okay, so now I have the main body of the cross. What I'm going to need next is to do the arms, which is a quad on each side. I'm going to hold this very close up here on my hand. There's not a lot of extra string to do this. X, 2, 3, 4, pinch, slide off, back to front, and bringing it nice and close to the body without the loops jumping out of order there. Really big yank, and pinch to get anything loose out, and yank again. Same thing on the other side. Hold that up as close as you can. X, 2, 3, 4. Okay, see how short that tail gets when you're doing this? Okay, sliding back over to the body. Getting that extra twine out of there. Pinching to help loosen it up. And tightening. Okay, so what I ended up with was a really firm cross. Okay, it's very stiff and it's going to keep its shape. If you are making your rosary chaplets for Kennedy's Rosary Project, you are all set. You would send them back in like this, no cut tails or anything, because there's another group that will take care of all the quality control. So you'd be all set. If you are out on your own or covering your own area or you're the quality control, we have a separate video for you that'll show you how to finish these.